Hello everyone, Saturday with Kendra coming right at you, but it's not the Purgatory series today. If you follow me on my Reality Reflections podcast, you know that I'm going to do that probably. That is the alarm of my husband's death. Wow. I actually set the alarm when we got back from Tennessee because I took a nap. I set it for 4:10, but I actually got up before it went off. And I'm keeping it so that I remember my husband. I don't want to go through life where I forget about him. I didn't know I was going to be doing this video at 4:10 on Saturday, but what a beautiful reminder to love him, to shout out to him, and honey, this is for you. I don't know. Am I a conspiracy theorist down here? You're going to have to tell me. And we're going to get into that right now. Do you have eyes to see? Today, we're going to talk about evil spirits because on my Reality Reflections podcast, which is my audio one, I also post that in the comments, by the way, in case you're not catching it on any other podcast platform like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Breaker, redboxmedia.com. That's all Catholic podcasts. But in case you're not aware, I am telling you how to fight the fight, how to identify evil, how to fight the evil attacks, and to identify who is evil, and when signs and symbols and rituals are right in front of our face. So here we go. We're actually going to look at and I'm on YouTube, so I'm afraid to say anything. So here we go. I am eventually going to find a platform where I can speak freely, but for now, this is where I am. Here we go. We're going to watch this halftime show and some other things so that you can see the evil right in front of your eyes, especially if you don't have eyes to see. Check it out. The checkerboards behind Usher. That is a Freemasonry symbol. Freemasons, they are up to 33 degrees. There's very high levels. They are sworn to secrecy, and they are based on witchcraft. And the black and white squares means duality. As above, so below. Freemasons are infiltrating our local communities, our governments, our schools, our corporations to transform and manipulate all of these institutions so that they can ruin it, just like the Catholic Church. How many have come in and bastardized the religion? That's what they do, and they are sworn to secrecy, so guess what? You're not going to know them. Now, you need to know what these people believe. It is true evil. And what they tell people because they basically lie to us. Let me read. That which we must say to the crowd is, we worship a God, but it is the God that one adores without superstition. To you, sovereign grand inspectors general, we say this, that you may repeat it to the brethren of the 32nd, 31st, and 30th degrees. The Masonic religion should be, by all of us initiates, of the high degrees, maintained in the purity of the Luciferian doctrine. If Lucifer were not God, would Adonai, Jesus, calumniate, spread false and harmful statements about him? Yes, Lucifer is God. So Usher is showing himself. There's a reason he is there. He does symbols throughout. You can see the checkerboards in the back. The bottom line is there's symbolism everywhere, but you know what? We weren't trained to look at symbols. We were just trained to be taught and told what they tell us to believe, and we just be good little citizens and do what they say. But in this case, there is a craft with Freemasonry. It's witchcraft. There are satanic rituals being performed, and we don't even know it. I would like to encourage all of you to look up what Freemasonry is. You can go on Brave. It's the best search engine. Don't do Google, and see what it's all about. So here you go. You have to be in a center circle. It's just like a satanic ritual, a blood sacrifice, witchcraft. It's always this way. Why? Look at the witchcraft. It's a protective circle. And that is where they cast their spells on humanity. They get off on this, people. You and I don't understand the evil. Why would anyone hurt one another? Why would you cast ill will on someone? It's because they've sold their soul. And yes, Freemasonry is a craft. It's witchcraft. And they're infiltrating every aspect of society, and not just here in America. This is global. And by the way, it's in the church. Read Dr. Taylor Marshall's infiltration book, and you'll see what I'm talking about. And let's go back to Mr. Usher, who hangs around with Maria Abramovich. If you do not know who she is a woman with spirit cooking, where she has blood on the wall, coagulated blood. She talks about drinking sperm and urine and all this stuff. And she has all of these parties with bodies that people are actually eating. There's some more symbolism. That is 666. They also put it over the eye, but you see this and you know that they are a part of the group. They are rich and famous because they've sold their souls. And oh my goodness, what is this thing? Oh my goodness, that is pure evil. And take a look at how that person's hair is, because that's going to come into play in a minute. Now, you remember I mentioned Maria Abramovich and her spirit cooking, that they were eating out of like human beings. So look at that cake shaped as a human being. It's like cannibalism they're practicing in front of our face while showing us nudity and perversion. All right, let's look at Usher's shirt. That's the Phoenix Rising. That is a symbol, again, not a pretty little embroidery thing on his shirt, and it's everywhere. The rising of the phoenix is an evil symbol. It's basically destruction of something and transformation, changing something. The Freemasons like to take chaos and bring new order. There's such a thing as the New World Order, everyone. It's not a conspiracy theory. Hey, look at that. The One World Trade Center. And there's a phoenix right in front of it, a rising phoenix that nobody really even notices is there. What is the symbolism? September 11th, destruction, chaos, and a new order. They have to show us. Satan needs free will just like Jesus, but most of us aren't even aware. So they're telling us, and we can't see. All right, what in the world is this? Why would this be on the Super Bowl halftime show? You might even ask yourself, what in the world is that? That's a person contorting themselves into something that is the most disgusting thing in the world. This is how Jeffrey Dahmer used to pose his victims. How gross. And look at this guy, Tony Podesta. He actually had a sculpture made after that. Seriously, people, this is evil. And he finds it, what, beautiful? Enough to put in his house? That's because he's evil. He hangs it all over the place. They're everywhere. By the way, Tony Podesta is also associated with that thing, P-I-Z-Z-A that we can't talk about. P-I-Z-Z-A-G-A-T-E. Please do your research on that because it's absolutely disgusting what they are doing to children. And I'm not kidding. Now let's look at Alicia Keys, who at one point I loved. And she is being portrayed as the whore of Babylon. She is part of the group. She throws her symbols and signs. And of course, that's why she's on the Super Bowl stage. Look at this occult feeling. All the red. She's also wearing jewels like in the Bible. They are doing a satanic ritual in front of your face. And so many don't know. And it's not this Super Bowl only. You can go back and search the same type of stuff at every Super Bowl. And there's Usher, the red, The piano, it's shaped weird. Just everything about it is creepy and occult-like. And here's Nicki Minaj with the Pope, again, being the whore of Babylon. Here are the signs that Alicia Keys and everyone flips, right? The devil horns and the one eye, the all-seeing eye, but also a sign to everyone else that, hey, I'm a part of the group. You can see this everywhere. They communicate with each other through their photos. They're all sworn to secrecy. That's not Alicia just having an itch on her eye. She also puts the finger over her lips, which is what they do. It's a sign to tell others, shh, it's the secret. Don't tell anyone. And look, we're not trained to look at this stuff. That's why I'm sharing it with you. And then, of course, when you go on to their social media sites, there are other signs and things that we need to pay attention to that we just are not seeing. It's so important to ask God to open your eyes to the truth. Now, there's one more thing that I would like to tell you on this one, but I think it's too much for you all who are just new to this. The red shoes. We'll talk about that later. All right, here you are in the center of the hell pit. Why would they do that? And of course, let's go ahead and check out the singer. In the black and white Masonic colors, the blood red guitar, and remember I said to pay attention to that weird woman with Usher? Look at her hair. They are devil's horns. And look at the angle that they took this picture with. I'm telling you, symbolic Freemasonry, witchcraft, satanic rituals. They're casting spells on us, people, and I know some of you may be like, okay, I don't quite believe it. But if you actually looked it up, you will see it. I'm really sorry that it's so difficult to swallow this, because I had the same problem. I couldn't believe that there were evil people that would want to harm anyone. That's not human. And unfortunately, these people are not human. They have cast out the Spirit of God, which is the only unforgivable sin, and they brought in Satan. And of course they bring Ludacris, who is also a part of the group, and Cat Williams actually called him out on that. They are trying to take Cat Williams down because he is speaking truth, but they don't own him. So there is Ludacris and Usher and a whole bunch of other people who are owned. They are controlled. They are demonized. They are like possessed because they have taken Satan's path. So I used to idol actors and singers, and I no longer look at these people as ones that I should follow. You can see it now. Look at the Kardashians and all the satanic stuff. Look at the symbolism. Like here, Usher again, 666. They do not like the common folk. They think they are gods. They think that we are their slaves. We are their servants. Satan hates human beings. And these people have allowed demons to take over and to possess them. And they do the demon's biddings. Here's Usher again at a Balenciaga show, which, by the way, is absolutely proven to be a satanic organization through their advertising, through the bondage and sadomasochistic kind of stuff that they do with children and stuffed animals. It's just disgusting. And look, this is just October of 2023. Look, it doesn't have to be in your face like the Sam Smith devil signs and symbols. We just have to have eyes to see and know what to look for. So if you want me to do more videos on this so that you can see where evil is and who not to follow, then let me know. Put some comments in these videos and I'll do more of these. But keep your eyes out. Do not follow the highest powered people, the ones with the most money. I'm not saying everyone is a satanic person, but there are a lot out there. Even Dr. Taylor Marshall picked it up.
Here's Ice Spice flashing Satan gang signs and Taylor Swift slamming a brew. This is degenerate culture.
Oh, Dr. Marshall, you are not wrong. It is degenerate culture, but it's more than that. These people are playing for the wrong team. They are satanic. So let's take a look at Ice Spice. Well, I don't even know who that chick is. Apparently the bestie of Taylor Swift. She's on the left. You have to look at the emblem on her necklace, which is in the center on the top. What is that, everyone? That is an upside down cross. That is a satanic symbol. That is anti-Christ. So now we're going to watch, because what I want you to pay attention to is the actual video. Either she had an earpiece in her ear or something was going on where her and Taylor Swift knew they were on TV. Then they did these little antics. And think about how many young girls idolize these music stars or whatever this Ice Spice chick is. So watch this. She's looking up. She sees that she's on TV. She flashes the devil horns. And then she pulls up the Antichrist cross. Tell me she is not showing everyone who she worships. If not, casting spells through what she's doing. And when she holds up that cross at the top, the upside down Antichrist cross, she's telling you exactly who she is. I'm a satanic worshiper. So what did you think? Do you believe that there's a God and that there's a Satan? Do you believe that there are two teams out there where one of them does not want the best for you, but the other one does? And I want you all to play for Team Jesus. So let's do this together. Let's identify the evil and know what it is. We have to learn all the ways that Satan has lied to us all this time. All right, my phone is literally shaking here, so I'm going to end this. Look at it. Maybe Satan's a little mad at this video. I don't know. I know he hates it when he's called out. All righty, everyone. I love you all. Find something more with God. Soul, mind, and body. Look at this thing shake. And have a blessed and inspired day. Pray up. Keep on God's team. Take care.